Hey, everybody. Yeah, as you know, one of the big mysteries out there is why does Woodcrest Drive take this funny angle off of Crescent Road? Crescent Road goes nice and north and south. And it would make sense for Woodcrest Drive to go east-west, especially since Woodcrest Drive is part of a neighborhood that was built in the 70s. Like 1975, they put in the Woodcrest Village neighborhood. So it's been a mystery since then why they chose that funny angle. So I'm going to go to this website called woodcrestdrive.com to try to figure it out. So yeah, here's the same view on woodcrestdrive.com. You can see Crescent Road going north and south, and then we got Woodcrest Drive going up this crazy angle. Why would they do that? It's so strange. Yeah. To help me dig into this a little bit, I'm going to go back through time. Let's go take a look at what this area looked like in 1874. Now, the person who owned this land back in 1874 was named Allen P. Lovejoy. Great name. Allen Lovejoy. Loves joy. Who doesn't, really? He was a lumberman. Yeah, he owned a bunch of stuff. He lived down southern Wisconsin, lived in this house here. He didn't live up here. He just owned this land. Yeah, Allen Lovejoy owned that plot, and he owned this whole area around Crescent Lake. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. Oh, he owned all this stuff. Oh, man, he was doing pretty good. That land is worth a fortune today, to be honest. Yeah, so Allen Lovejoy owned this land. Now, let's smash cut. Let's go forward in time a little bit to, say, 1930. And let's see who owned the land then. Little time travel. Oh, yes, owned by this guy named A.O. Jenny. Augustus Oscar Jenny. Now, that's a mouthful. And I don't have a picture of A.O. Jenny, but I do know this. He went by Oscar. Oscar Jenny. Oscar Jenny was kind of a bigwig around town, so much so he made the paper when he went to Rhinelander from Woodboro. It's like, hey, Oscar Jenny's coming to town. Also, when he died, he got a lake, although he misspelled it a little bit. Good enough, though. That's why I go by JJ. Difficult to misspell. Yeah, well, Oscar Jenny, he was a high roller around here, and he owned this plot of land. And then we got Carl Montag. Carl Montag, this is 1957. This is Carl Montag's plot. He owns the Squash Lake shoreline, and you can see bottom left, you got a little house there. That's his house. This is Carl Montag's plot. So back to our original problem of what's up with this road. Let's look at the road to Montag's farm. This is 1939. This is the road coming off Crescent Road that goes to Montag's farm. And you can see Montag's house is the only house on this road. It's basically Montag's road. So it kind of brings a question, okay, that's interesting. That's where, the start of Woodcrest Drive came from. Well, Woodcrest Drive, the first part, was originally Montag's road, the road to Montag's house. And there's a second half to it that doesn't show up on the maps today. But yeah, let's put my house on here. This is where I grew up as a kid, and this is my stomping grounds. You can see Montag's road kind of ends at my parents' house. But my parents' driveway, actually, and continuing on into the woods, that road is still there. We used to call it, as the kid, we used to call it the trail. We used to call it the logging road, all sorts of names. But it was basically this awesome path that went to Squash Lake. And in the 30s, well, that was the road to Montag's house. Yeah. Now, why would Carl Montag, when, he put this road in, the road to the farm, he's got the only house on this road. Why would Montag come off Crescent Road at that crazy angle? That doesn't make any sense. If I was Carl Montag, that's a straight shot, from Crescent Road, boom, to my farm. And if you know anything about Carl Montag, he was a straight liner. In 1959, Carl Montag petitioned to fill in half of Town Line Lake so Highway K didn't have to make a curve around it. He wanted Highway K to go straight, so Carl Montague was like, hey, let's just fill in the lake so we can have the road go straight. Now you tell me, is this the same person who is going to, when they put in the road to their farm, take that crazy curve around nothing? Makes no sense. Let's go back a little bit further in time and look at the map and say, 1921. What's going on in 1921? Oh, look at that. There is no upper half of Crescent Road. Crescent Road goes north and then corks at that 45-degree angle west-northwest. Why would it do that? That's the big question now. Yeah, so that's the road. So the road to Carl Montague's house didn't take a crazy line off of Crescent. No. Carl Montague is a sane person. He went 90 degrees off of Old Crescent Road there. Yeah, look at that. See, he's not so crazy after all. Except for the town line thing. That's a little bit of a nutty move. But my hat's off to you. So yeah, Crescent Road, for some reason, going north and south, takes that funny line. Why does it do that? That's kind of a mystery here. Yeah, let's take a look and see what was going on and see if we can see this road in, say, 1938. Okay, here we are, 1938. Oh, you can see it a little bit in there. Yeah, the road. Yeah, you can see it fork off there. Continue. Let's look at 48. See what's going on in 1948. Oh, yeah, you could see it actually a bit better in 1948, that old road. And just to make it even more obvious, let's overlay the 21 map on there. It's like, yeah, sure enough, the scars of that old road, Old Crescent Road I'm going to call it, are still there in 1948. Yeah, and so, again, the road to Montague's house didn't go at a crazy angle off Crescent Road. Nah, he went 90 degrees off of Old Crescent Road. So now the question is, why did Crescent Road make that cork there? Why did it turn left as it's going north? It seems like it's following the plot lines, and all of a sudden, for no good reason, it turns left. And anybody who knows this land knows there's no lake there. There's like no swamp. It's flat. No reason to turn left there, when they're putting in that road. So why would they do that? Yeah, that's the mystery now. And for a clue to that one, let's go back and look at that 1939 map. Oh, look at that. Little scar in the forest there. And sure enough, that scar in the forest lines up with Woodcrest Drive and Crescent Road there. Huh. So it looks like at some point before they cared about plot lines, the road cut across the land. And what is the first part of Woodcrest Drive is just the continuation of Old Crescent Road. Yeah, there's the road to Montague's house coming off of Old Crescent Road. Yeah, I'm just going to paint a line on the map, just kind of showing you like where that old road is, so we have it as a point of reference. Now the question is now, where's that road going? Was it just like, we're going to go to N? Or was there something else going on? Let's look back at 1938. And sure enough, you can see that the path continues north of N. Actually, let's take a look at the 48 map. Maybe we get a little better view of it here. Yeah, you can follow it along and crosses N and continues on northwest. Continues on northwest to Maisie Lake there, and then let's see how this looks in 38 again. Maybe we can see those paths a little bit better. Yeah, sure enough, on the left side there, you can see the path as it comes from Maisie Lake over to Washburn. So you can follow this path all the way from that area between Squash and Crescent up past Maisie Lake to Washburn. I'm going to call that Old Crescent Road. But I would imagine that road has been there before people called Crescent Lake. I bet you this road has been there quite a long time. And one could think, Well, probably the natives, walked on this road because that's a nice area between Squash and Crescent. Hey, let's go up to Washburn, pass by Maisie, catch some fish. Good bluegills in there. And then at some point, when they put the road in, well, shoot, there was already that path there. That's the road. And then when Carl Montague made the road to his farm, well, he just shot off that road. Yeah, and now you can see on this view that first little part of Woodcrest Drive, the part in question, the part at that crazy angle. Well, that is part of this old path between Crescent Squash and Washburn. Yeah. So mystery solved. That's why it's at that angle, and it's pretty cool. That first part is part of that path. Now, one can also do the same math over in Woodboro as you follow the road to Woodboro, and it lines up directly with Woodboro Springs Road. It's the same sort of thing. And even on the 21 map, well, shoot, it cut right through. Boom, look at that. Another funny thing about these old maps, they didn't give Washburn any love. Let's go back and look at the 21 map. Look at poor Washburn Lake there. Just a little dot. Come on, Washburn's a nice lake. It's got a nice little boat landing there. And, here's in 1930, still no love for Washburn. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, here's a hand-drawn map from 1920. Nobody liked Washburn. It's actually a nice lake, good fishing, got the boat landing. Anyways, these are all mysteries for another day. But I think we can call it good on Woodcrest Drive. The reason it's at that angle is it's the first part. The part at the angle is part of this ancient trail between Squash, Crescent, and Washburn. All right, thanks, everybody.